This is the Solid Signal podcast for the week of September 21st, 2020. So how about those Emmy Awards? Did you watch them over the weekend? I tried watching the red carpet stuff, and I got to tell you, that was a bit of a bust. But hey, they did give it a try. I'll give them credit for attempting something that would have otherwise been practically impossible, which was to have some sort of celebrity pre-show for an awards show that is taking place virtually. The folks at E and several other locations did what they could, and so you try stuff, and while I'll admit it didn't work, give them A for effort. But how about the actual show itself? I have to say, I was not expecting a whole lot. I thought, okay, well, this is going to be about as boring as it was, 5-6 years ago when they just kind of read the names or whatever. Maybe it was longer than that. Maybe it was 15 years ago. Who knows? Anyway, everything seems like more like 100 years ago now since the last time it happened. I think that you agree. But wow. Okay, first of all, the fake out at the beginning. I don't want to spoil it for you if you didn't see it, but the fake out at the beginning was really impressive. Very well done. And I think that more than a few people got a little bit taken in by that. I got to say I didn't, just because I'm a little more familiar with the layout of Staples Center, and I knew that those were not shots of the interior of the Staples Center. But that having been said, very well executed. Well executed in general. A lot of people are saying that whole bit where they sprayed the envelope with Lysol and then tried to set it on fire was a perfect metaphor for 2020 in general, and I'd say no, it was an imperfect metaphor. If they put it in a dumpster, that would have been a perfect metaphor. But hey, what a great job they did. I give congratulations to the folks from Schitt's Creek, with a C, as Mr. Kimmel rightly pointed out, for winning all those awards. And it's also been pointed out to me, in case you haven't seen the story or heard the story, that the entire cast, the folks that you saw there, actually quarantined together and COVID tested at the beginning and at the end of their quarantine so that they could spend time together, so that they could hug and do those things. They were not being unsafe. Plus, they were in Canada, which is another whole issue. But anyway, I will just say kudos to them. What a great job that they did, and congratulations to that whole crowd. And more, congratulations to everyone who won from the Watchmen cast. HBO's got a real winner on their hands with Watchmen, and I really liked it. There were a lot of things about it that were just perfectly resonant to life in 2019, 2020, and couldn't have come at a more appropriate time. So naturally they were going to win a lot of awards, and I'm glad they did win a lot of awards. I'd say having the Emmys show like this was a glimmer of hope. It really was, because, okay, so nothing about life today is the way that it was a year ago. Very few people are doing things exactly the same way they did them before. And for those who are, well, congratulations, but unfortunately, in our offices in Detroit and in our West Coast Operations Center, things are still not 100% back to normal, and probably won't be for some time. But the Emmys showed that it was possible to have this kind of production take place with good humor and with fun, poke fun at itself. It would have been better if there had been a live audience. I think we all agree it would have been better if there had been a red carpet. But talk about taking the best that you can do and really run with it. I think they did a fabulous job, and it makes me feel good about this upcoming TV season. It seems like a lot of TV productions are finding ways to do what they need to do. Some have moved their productions to Canada, where things are a little bit safer, and after daily COVID tests and making sure that everybody is appropriately quarantined after coming over the border, they're more or less able to produce as normal. More and more shows are moving back into their permanent studios. I noticed that Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon are moving back into their studios with no audiences. I think Samantha Bee is due to do the same at some point. And Saturday Night Live, it was announced, will be moving back into its regular studios for its premiere coming up in about 2 weeks. So television is slowly getting back to some semblance of normal. It's not going to be normal for a long time, but more importantly, there's still going to be television out there. I think I was a little bit worried about it, and so were all of you. A couple of weeks ago, I published a fall preview guide showing the 7 new programs that were really going to be out there on broadcast TV in the coming months. 7 as opposed to usually about 35 to 40. So there's been some concern, but television is surviving. Matter of fact, television, as Jimmy Kimmel pointed out, has been the one thing that's been there for us this whole time. It has not disappointed us. And I will say that I don't think television is about to disappoint us even in this fall season. We found that sports is still there. New programming is still there. Scripted stuff, unscripted stuff, news. It's all been there, and it's all there for you 24/7. And that's kind of the message of the Emmys. And it's also the message that I've got when you consider shopping at solidsignal.com, picking up all the things you need for a proper satellite or over-the-air antenna or streaming rig. Everything that you need is there so that you can continue the love affair with television that people have had for about the last 75 years. That's it for this relatively short podcast. Go to solidsignal.com, and when you come back, remember to like and subscribe to this podcast. Always makes me look good. Until then, have a great, safe week.